right, it is a Wednesday night. You guys know what that means, and it's also December, so I guess that means winter is coming.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically next week winter really is coming, but the first half of it certainly did tonight on Dynamite. It is Jose Gonzalez. It is JPJ. JPJ, how the hell are you, my friend?
I am well. I am well. Yeah, winter is, in Massachusetts, we had a 30-degree swing from yesterday to today. So,
Really?
yeah, it was yesterday was in the low teens and today it was 44 degrees.
Oh, you
So
bastard!
that's normal.
For us,
You're
it
in
went from
Buffalo though. It's going to be cold
it
every
went
day.
from 17 to 34.
That's still pretty good though.
I mean, yeah, but now I think it's back down. The problem was just the way things were melting. It was just slush everywhere, puddles everywhere.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. But other than that, I'm good. I thought we got a real good show tonight that I'm excited to kind of talk about with you for the next little bit. But yeah, I listen. I thought tonight was great. I'm doing good. Hopefully, you're doing good. I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, no, I'm excited too. I mean, they gave us plenty to talk about. I mean, we kind of
Sure
knew that
did.
going in, but for what we got tonight, I don't know how you could be anything less than satisfied. But to each their own. I mean, the thing that I cared the most about coming into tonight, and they gave it to us right away. They didn't make us wait for it until 9:30, just because they knew tonight was historic. We finally have our first AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions crowned. It was the timeless love bombs of Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa going against the Babes of Wrath, Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron, in a really good opener, I thought. A great way to close out this tournament.
I agree. The last couple weeks we've been on here. Obviously, last week we knew they were in the finals by the time we were talking, but I had we had thrown out a thing of like, hey, is it possible that the Babes of Wrath can be? Because when you looked at that left side of the bracket, they did not look like they were going to be making it to the finals, let alone, kind of seeing what we saw tonight. But once it was kind of out there, I remember I was like, I would really like to see the, like, kind of out of nowhere, like the Babes of Wrath versus, I thought it would be Megan and Marina, but they went the other route and we got to what we got to. But I thought this was a great match. 4 talents that everybody loves, that the crowd there was stoked. The match was great. A lot of back and forth. I can't say enough about Harley Cameron, just in general, and just like where she's come from, where we first saw, she was doing backstage stuff with, what was it? What was the TV, whatever TV segments they were doing. And she was just kind of,
with QT Marshall.
yeah. And she was just kind of like comedic fodder in that little thing for a little bit. And then she turned it into the character that she did. And you could tell she's been working her butt off. And we talked about it last week that a win for the Babes of Wrath would be like something that they were so, and I think the "you deserve it" thing is kind of overplayed from time to time, but like this one was like, yes, like those 2 girls, this is deserving. Like Willow has been the purest babyface in the whole company for a few years now at this point, I believe. She's always been beloved. And Harley has worked her ass off to become a formidable part of the company and this division. And I thought that having Toni and Mina, but specifically Toni, be on the other side of it as one of the people they are going to defeat to win these, I thought, that was very fitting. And then I just thought it was a great opener from the top. And it, like you said, it was historic. And I'm excited. I think the Babes of Wrath were really nobody's pick. Before they made it to the finals,
certainly weren't mine.
No, but I think it's going to be fun. I'm very excited to see where this goes from here.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like this was truly like, when you think about when you have like a normal like 8 thing bracket, you always have your 1 seed and your 8 seed. This is the perfect number 8 seed Cinderella story from start to finish. Just constantly defying the odds, going out there, putting on really good performances, and really making a couple. Well, I mean, Willow's already kind of had like a little bit of stardom, but really Harley Cameron finally getting some legitimacy to her after a transformative year that she's had, because we got to see her work along the sides of Mercedes Moné back with the TBS title and everything. The character work is second to none, I think, in regards to anybody on the roster. Harley's just that complete of a character, but the wrestling's gotten so much better. And then also just seeing Willow back in the hunt with a championship. Hopefully they hold on to these for a while we continue to keep building this tag division around them. But I mean, you really can't do much worse than any of these teams as first champions.
No, Yeah, and when I don't think that could have been a team they picked in the whole bracket that would have been a disappointment had they gone with them. But like you said, you see Harley and Willow, their first round matchup is against Mercedes and Athena, and you're like, oh well, damn. All right, well, that's unfortunate, but there's no way Mercedes and Athena are going to lose that, and they pull it out, and then they keep on going, and then it's the sisters are sitting, and it's like, oh well, they look like they're going to maybe go here. Oh no, and then they get to the finals, and then it's Tony and Mina, and everyone's like, well, obviously Tony Storm is going to. She's been the best woman, number one in the PWI. She's been the best women's wrestler in the world for, a few years, or, it is what it is. And then no, they continue to do it. Either way it went tonight, we were going to get really great first AEW women's tag team champions.
Yeah.
I just think they made really the right call. I think once we knew what the final was, I think they were the right team. And I think they made the right call. And I think everyone's kind of pumped and happy about it. And yeah, I thought it was a great opener to what was a great show, because there was a lot of great stuff after this too. But I like how they knew, like you said, this is history. This is first ever. We're doing this right out of the jump. This is the most important thing. We're not having them wait till the end of the show. It's right now. Let's go. And they kicked ass. All four of these ladies kicked ass in this match.
Yeah, and I like that they really focused on putting them first, because they would probably, considering some of the other stuff on the card, could have easily gotten buried, but they set the night.
Sure did. Sure did.
Pacemakers. We did get a little post-match interview for Renee Paquette afterward. Harley talked about this is her first ever championship in pro wrestling. Obviously, she's only been in this for about 3 years, so the fact that she's had the start that she did, has been in the roles that she's been in now, is in the history books as a first ever champion, no less, is phenomenal. Willow says, at first, obviously they're feeling tired because they just had a 20-minute barn burner with Tony and Mina, but she's proud of herself. She's also proud of Harley. It was a rough year for Willow because she was trying to find out who was really with her, who wasn't with her, and Harley was always there. And Harley also brings up the fact that the first time she met Willow was in her second ever wrestling match, and looking at them now as champions is just crazy. And of course, for us to all feel the wrath. Why wouldn't we?
Of course.
Yes. Well done. All four women embrace after the match. A very strong opening for Winter is Coming. I feel like this played out pretty much exactly how it was supposed to.
Yep, I would agree.
Yeah. Does lead us into a little backstage segment. We do have the Ops backstage because it's a busy night for the Ops. We have a world title match. We have a Tornado tag team match. But we get Samoa Joe, our AEW world champion, greeting Eddie Kingston, congratulating him, saying that his time has finally come after weeks of asking. Now you'll get to receive. You wanted the real Samoa Joe. The one that you looked up to, the one that you followed in your footsteps in. But what you didn't realize is that man has been standing in front of you this entire time. He's ruthless by design. He doesn't care about men like him because he wants what he has. Looking up to him was a wonderful idea, but that man's going to beat his ass tonight. He's going to show him the reality of what this industry is. And I thought that was a nice promo by Joe.
Always, yeah. Joe is as good as it gets. I thought this was good. It was a nice little answer to what Eddie said, or, basically what Eddie said last week. I thought it hit all the points. I thought it kind of set up for what was happening later on tonight at the end of the show. I liked it. I liked it a lot. And I liked the promo that it kind of led into right after commercial that we'll talk about next. I thought these little two back-to-back backstage, stairwell promos, I thought they were both really good, but Joe was great in this one.
Yeah, I will say I did kind of join the one for the Death Riders in progress, so let me know if I missed something, but I did kind of come into Moxley talking about how, his time's running out in the Continental Classic. He's proven over and over again if there's one grain of sand left in the hourglass, he can score. Don't count him out. You need circumstances to be ideal or to try. It just suck. But he has to try for the Death Riders. There's a principle that they believe in. If they're not willing to work, let them not eat. They're the hungriest group of individuals in pro wrestling. It's why they're the hardest working group in pro wrestling. Every day they wake up, they're the hungriest. Trying to be lame is something. Trying to be lame if you want something, you take it every single time. That was Daniel Garcia chiming in at the end. But nice little segment with the Death Riders backstage and showing Mox, you can never really count him out, although things are really not looking favorable for him.
Yeah. Listen, I was of the belief that he should lose every match in this Continental Classic. Yeah. Obviously, he won the first one against Dorada because that probably would have been 2 out of left field for him to lose that one.
Well, but it's all downhill from here.
Correct. No, I thought this was good. Him saying he's about as He's got his back as about as far against the wall as maybe he ever has. And, people are counting him out, but they, if you need, like you said, if you need circumstances or you need like things to like make you be better that way, like maybe you just suck and you're not good enough. I'm not that way. I'm just in a rough pot, I'm in a rough spot, but I'll be fine. And I liked Garcia at the end, kind of standing up and kind of saying his few lines and kind of he's going to be challenging for the TNT title soon. So I think, I thought it was good. I Pac and Claudio were missing. They were not around. I don't know. And Moxley does these, and usually not everybody is there.
Maybe it's by design because you think about who else is in the field of the CC.
That's what I'm thinking. And Claudio and Mox obviously just had that main event last week, and Claudio beat him. So it's
Pac is, going to be up soon too. So
exactly, and they're gonna, and then Pac, I thought, like I said, Mox doesn't always have the whole gang with him when he does these things, so I didn't try to think too much into it.
Right.
But I was like, I was like, where's Claudio? Where's Claudio here? So maybe something to lean into a little bit further. So.
Is it bad that I really didn't think anything of it just because, Mox is down and obviously down at the hands of his own fellow Death Rider too, no less. So
yeah, it's fair.
Yeah,
it's fair.
No worries. But that does lead us into our first bit of Continental Classic action tonight. We kick things off in the Gold League. We have our unified champion, Kazuchika Okada, going against replacement for the injured Darby Allin, Jungle Jack Perry. I do like the fact that they mentioned, if Perry taking over this role for Darby Allin, he also absorbs his points or the lack thereof. With one less match to do it in. And I didn't realize this was his first singles match in, 13 months, they said?
Yeah, his first singles match back. Yeah, so this was over a year.
And what a match to have, I would like to say.
Quite good. Quite a good match here between these two.
I mean, Okada is going to show out whenever there's a tournament. There's no doubt about that. But Jack Perry, when he gets a chance to just go, it is a treat to watch. Even though he was getting his ass kicked for the first half of this match, that drop kick from Okada that took him from the top rope all the way to the floor. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I legitimately thought he broke his ankle.
Yeah, the way he grabbed it immediately and he was doing that and he kind of saw the camera and went like this to the camera. I was like,
I was like, camera guy on the way down too.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, is he really? Yeah, that one kind of fooled me too. That was a great spot. Obviously, we're gonna get to the spot where he bit him in the penis.
Mm-hmm.
Bit him right in the penis.
Read books about that, but I haven't yet. But I mean I just love the fact that they were taking advantage of all the time on the outside. You saw Okada dump him over the barricade, then use that barricade to hit him with a big DDT. And then you just kind of see the tides shift a little bit too. Obviously, we get a huge rope running German suplex situation from Jack Perry that kind of lead him into getting the snare trap in where Okada bites his arm to escape it. Yeah. And then he goes for the tombstone where I guess
bites him in the penis.
Yeah. Jack Perry had a taste for the yam bag.
Sure did.
And Aubrey just kind of let it. Well, how is that not a low blow?
I mean,
something else would blow, but
I mean, they did the referees. Yeah, Aubrey saw it, right? The referee clearly saw it. Yeah. Listen, they're in the middle of a heated battle. Sometimes you gotta let stuff go. You gotta let them play.
Yeah,
as they say. Sometimes you gotta swallow the whistle, not the penis, but to swallow the whistle.
Why not?
Well, I mean, you can, but no, listen, we're on television, Jose. We're on television.
I mean, it's AEW. We've had live.
This ain't HBO. This ain't HBO here. It's on HBO Max. But
it's after 9. Yeah.
Sometimes you got to swallow the whistle and let them play. And I think that was the decision. I think it was a right one. Mm-hmm. I love the ending sequence of this whole match. I thought the multiple rainmakers, the kickouts, the reversals, him, Jungle Boy hanging in the ropes to avoid the big drop kick, which I thought I was like, oh, wait a minute. And then no, it kind of turned into a tilt-a-whirl power slam and then another ripcord rainmaker and night. And Okada gets his 6 points and Jungle Boy remains at 0. Fantastic, dude. It was just fantastic. It was really, really good. I think obviously he hadn't been around for a long time, but even before he went around, I feel like people I don't want to say underestimate or underrate. They just don't appreciate how good Jungle Boy is, like as an actual wrestler.
Yeah, I think it's a
So
combo of they don't appreciate him as a wrestler, but they also kind of just don't know what to expect because we've seen him like in a few different eras of him from OG Jungle Boy to like
yeah,
being the scapegoat and everything. So you kind of don't know how he's gonna play.
yeah.
He always tries to keep it fresh, and I feel like when it comes to those big matches, he delivers.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think this was another bout where, like, I think, listen, obviously Darby, I think it's head related as his injury. So that's why he's not. But I think Jack Perry is as good a replacement as you can find. Honestly, I really do. Because he's going to, and again, we're not going to see him against Kevin Knight, but he's going to wrestle all these other guys. And I don't think he's going to factor into anything that happens towards the end of this tournament. But like he's going to have great matches with all of those guys. And I think he's a great, for an unfortunate circumstance, I do think he's a great fill in for Darby. And if this is a taste of what we're going to see the rest of the way, then yeah, I'm more than okay with that. This was excellent.
Honestly, but I think he could be. He's probably going to be the spoiler for Jon Moxley.
Would not shock me. And that makes sense because they do have like a little bit of a, history of sorts.
Yep, they do. So,
yeah.
That'll be interesting to see there. But we do get a little post-match promo from Don Callis, unfortunately. But, he was saying, that was the toughest match Okada's had in a long time. And he was telling, Jack Perry's no shame in losing to Okada. Watching it a few weeks ago, I know I tried to give the Bucks $1 million, but, I think I tried to give it to the wrong talent. So he's talking Jack Perry up and down, but then it gets to that, you lack focus, you lack direction, you lack a team of athletes to support you. And you know what? I'm going to invite you into the Don Callis family, and I'll even give you a special one-time signing bonus. So What do you say? He kind of keeps him waiting. Like, well, here's the thing. There's 7 of us and 1 of you, so make the wise decision. And then Jack Perry's like, you know what? For the second time tonight, I might bite off more than I can chew. And he just starts swinging on all of them. And then, of course, they start kicking his ass. Luchasaurus comes out, but he doesn't get into the ring because guess who enters from the other side?
The Young Bucks.
Steel chairs in hand, taking out everybody in the Don Callis family. And then eventually you see Luchasaurus back in the ring. He hits a double choke slam. You get to see the Young Bucks hit the BTE trigger on Okada. It looks like Don Callis has backed himself into a corner. He surrenders the money. And before he could have a little super kick party of his own, Takeshita takes the bullet for him. And then Rocky Romero does as well, too. So DCF goes up the ramp again. The money is in the ring with the Elite, as it should be. No truce, no money. And it's always fun to see Don Callis have to run out like a scalded dog, but that's just me.
Yeah, I like this. I thought this was good. The BTE trigger to Okada was nice. That was kind of, because they were buddy for a long time there. So I thought that was really good. Takeshita, even though he's having troubles with Okada and things like that, still, being that guy and taking the bullet for Don, I thought was a good little touch as well. I like this a lot. Don Callis just trying to get everybody in that damn family.
Yeah.
I feel like he's been offering people here weekly to join the family here. So, how many guys do you need? You got 14 already or some shit. Like, how many more do you need?
I mean, depending on the app, you just keep going. But
yeah, it's true. But no, I thought this was good.
Yeah, no, I did too. We do get a little bit of a vignette about Mercedes Moné. I will admit I was wrong. You were right. At ROH Final Battle,
I said
the downfall is upon us as Red Velvet regained the Ring of Honor Women's World Television Championship against Mercedes Moné from 13 to 12.
Oh, and that number's going to dwindle.
Well, here's the thing. This weekend, she's going back to Rev Pro. She's defending the undisputed British Women's Championship against Rio.
She's losing.
It's going to go down to 10.
Yeah.
It's going to go from 12 to 10 because
that's 2, right? That's 2 titles.
Yeah, it's the Queen of Southside and the original Rev Pro title. So
going down.
And Rio from Rev Pro in the UK, she is a big badass. So
yeah, she's gonna beat him.
You think that Mercedes could do a Chris Statlander? She could probably do that, and then some of Rio. So go out of your way to watch it. It's gonna be good. But we do get Eddie Kingston backstage with Renee Paquette. A little emotional promo. He's talking
Yes.
about this was the moment that everybody's been waiting for since his return. Yeah, he's nervous. It's normal to feel nervous, but he's thinking about Terry Funk. Today is the 50th anniversary of his first world championship win. He's hoping that he's watching from above as well as his parents. That's where he starts to get a little bit more choked up. But you never know how many more times you're going to get a shot at the world title, and especially after being 0-2 like he was before. He knows that Joe's watching this. He's stretching and everything, but he's going to have the fight of his life, and he ain't going down easy. I thought those were pretty good words from Eddie Kingston for the main event.
Yeah. I mean, Eddie doesn't cut bad promos. You know, he's just that good at this type of stuff.
Yeah.
I thought this was really good. The emotional part, mentioning his parents, and kind of you can see how much that meant to him. And, you know, he's never hid from the fact how much pro wrestling has saved his life and has meant to him and stuff like that. So I like when people get emotional with things like this. I think it's a nice touch sometimes. And I think that this was obviously a genuine one for sure. And I loved it. I thought, look at who wasn't pulling for Eddie tonight. I mean, let's be real. We'll talk about it later, but like, you know, I would think most of, if not every single AEW fan was probably pulling for Eddie. Yeah. So, you know, seeing the emotion and how, you know, nervous and excited he was for it. Yeah, man. I love Eddie Kingston, so I can listen to that man talk all day.
Yeah, no, and I feel like a lot of times, especially with promos, it's always nice to have a little bit of reality in your wrestling. It doesn't be like a whole tell everything about your life, but like just having like a little moment where you add like a sense of the person to the character. It always makes it a little bit better. So I can appreciate that. Wrestling Community on YouTube says aloha from Chicago. Hello, Guten Tag from the Northeast over here.
And I didn't know that it was the 50th anniversary of Funk's first world title. So that was like a little tidbit of knowledge we got in this too.
I was thinking his death anniversary. I'm like, that long already? But
yeah, so that was a nice little tidbit of knowledge as well. So that was cool. Yeah.
It does lead us to Tony Schiavone in the ring with Mark Briscoe ahead of this Saturday. So he was right about it being in Cardiff. It was just, we didn't realize that they're going to split winners coming into 2 nights. So this Saturday, they're doing a live collision from Cardiff, Wales. It'll be Mark Briscoe defending the TNT Championship against Daniel Garcia. That's going to be that unofficial rubber match. I will be honest, I kind of missed a little bit of what Mark was saying before the Death Riders came out. I don't know if you got any of that, JPJ?
Yeah, so he basically said, you know, it wasn't too long ago that certain people were saying he couldn't get it done and he would never be a champ. He says, I know the haters are still out there, but tonight I'm here in Atlanta, you know, gets the cheap pop. He says, but I got a fine piece of shiny hardware. And he said, all the haters can kiss my ass. Then he said, it's one thing to become a champion, but it's another thing to reign and be a good defending champion. It all starts Saturday. One against Daniel Garcia in Wales, and then that's where we hear the pipsqueaked voice of Wheeler Yuta talking his trash. Comes through the crowd. He's got Garcia and Marina with him. He says that Mark wants to be the face of TNT, but his own face has less teeth in it than he has children. He says we call him Chicken because he's got the mental capacity of one of the chickens he farms. The crowd is a big "fuck you" Yuta chant by the crowd.
I mean, to be fair, you don't have to try for those nowadays.
No, that just comes with the territory.
Yeah.
Danny says he says a lot of mean stuff, but he feels bad looking at Briscoe face to face because everything about him is just kind of sad. He goes, but what will be more sad is that when I beat you, I'll be a 2-time champion and you'll have to figure out how to provide for your family with a broken leg. Briscoe then says Saturday on TNT, he's going to have he has an ass whooping coming his way, but tonight, right here, right now on TBS, he'd be damn shame to deprive the viewers of an ass whooping right here. Right for the picking. And he says, make you move. Garcia kind of pie faces him and pushes him away. And then he hits him with the vicious right hook. Well, Mark hits him with the right hook, knocks Garcia down. Yuta and Shafir hold Garcia back, and Briscoe's trying to like get him to like, come on. That was it. So I thought it was pretty good. I'm excited for the match. You know, I think the match is going to be fine. I don't think Garcia is going to win on Saturday. I think Briscoe will retain. But I thought this was a good segment. I thought it was pretty good. Wheeler Yuta talking he gets so much heat. It's just the right thing to do. It's just the right thing to do. And I expect the match to be really good on Saturday with these two guys. They're two great professional wrestlers. I think it'll be good, but I think Briscoe's going to be keeping that title for a little bit longer at least.
Yeah, I do too. And also just having a UK crowd always adds a little bit more to it too. So
For sure.
I feel
For
like that's
sure.
a good way to get that match over for sure. We do
Mhm.
go backstage. We see Triangle Madness is beating the living hell out of Jamie Hayter until Chris Statlander comes in. She kind of evens the odds. And then it seems like she got all the way down to just Tekla, who escapes that way. But it is official. We do get the Sisters of Sin versus Jamie Hayter and Chris Statlander announced for this Saturday on Collision, which leads us into our next bit of action. We have ourselves some tornado tag team action with 2/3 of the trios champions, Powerhouse Will Hobbs and Katsuyori Shibata, going against Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland. Mm-hmm.
This is it. Yep. I mean, listen, I think a tornado tag, I've said it a bunch. One of the more underutilized match gimmicks. I think it should happen more often. I think they're always a good time. Yeah. They're just always a good time, a tornado tag. It's kind of still like, you can't get DQ'd or anything like that, but just no tags. They're just kind of a little bit more chaotic, but not really like a hardcore street fight. It's just kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
I love a good tornado tag. This was great. Hangman starting from the crowd, which I thought was cool. He kind of comes through the crowd and he's got the chain and then Swerve and all that stuff. It was really good. It was really good. I loved how Hangman and Hobbs kind of continued what they started in that match from the
from that false count
blood and guts.
The
blood and guts. I thought that was really good. Swerve is fucking jacked, man. He's huge.
He's
huge
big as fuck.
Like you can tell, like it's noticeable.
Oh yeah,
like noticeably bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still moving like he's not that. Like he didn't gain 20 pounds of muscle mass. It looks like he's still moving around. And
it kind of reminds me of Shelton Benjamin, honestly.
Yeah. Like he's doing his transitions and he's doing all his jumps to the top rope and all his like kind of quickness without missing a beat, even though he's clearly bulked up here in his time away. This was really good. It's still kind of weird seeing Shibata play a heel.
It's also weirder seeing Swerve and Hangman on the same page.
Yeah. Yeah. And, they leaned into it a bit. They did have that moment where they kind of stared across from each other towards the end of the match when, and like on commentary, they were like, who would have thought, and, who would have thought all this, they would, they were leaning into it right about these two because it is crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy that these two guys are teaming because Hangman drank his blood. He drank Swerve's blood. Maybe that made him crazier or stronger. I don't know. But, to these guys to be, teaming a year and a half later is nuts. But Swerve hit a beautiful 450.
Yeah.
Which was excellent. And then, that whole ending sequence with the 450, then Hangman ducks a lariat from Hobbs. He hits the northern elbow. Then they got the rolling thunder. And then they do the face-to-face where they're united and the crowd's blacking out. Powerhouse is just talking shit. Like he's like talking shit to both of them. They slide underneath. They give him a double power bomb off the apron through the table. Yep. And then Hangman nails Shibata with the buckshot right into the house call. Boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. It was just good. It was good.
And I do like the fact that they didn't really do the can they coexist thing because they kind of just had the moment like, yeah, we already know we're allies of convenience. There's no point in beating it to death. Mm-hmm. We're just going to give each other like, you good? You good? All right.
Yeah. But it was great. It was great. I don't think, I wouldn't assume that these guys are going to be teaming regularly, but at least they know like, hey, if it comes down to it,
never say never.
Never say never. There is a little bit of a Hangman promo a little later that would make you think that Hangman's got his eyes somewhere else. But yeah, I mean, it was really good. It was really good. I'm interested to see where they both go individually.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I know this Saturday in Collision we get Swerve versus Josh Alexander on Collision as well too. So maybe Swerve's getting thrown into some of the Don Callis family malarkey. We'll see.
Maybe. Are they going to try to recruit Swerve?
I mean, they're recruiting everybody.
I know.
So, I mean, why not? But we do get Don Callis backstage. He's still pissy about what happened earlier. And he talks about, possession might be 9/10 of the law and everything too, but that's not your money, Young Bucks. It's ours. But I could take you to court and everything. But I have some of the best men that'll do a pound of flesh for me. So he lays out a challenge for next week in Manchester on Dynamite. 3 members of the Don Callis family versus the Bucks and a partner. The winner gets the $1 million.
I like it.
Yeah.
we'll find out a little bit more about this in a little bit later. But yeah, works for me. Just giving away money. Just that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. So
I mean, to be fair, the money was already given away, and then the
That's
money was
fair.
taken. So now it's just kind of the, what is ironic because we're talking about possession being 9/10 of the law. Technically, it's Josh Alexander who should have the money, but no, it was Don Callis, and then it wasn't Don Callis, and it was
yeah. If I'm Josh Alexander, I'm pissed.
yeah, because that's $1 million US.
He was in that match.
That's like 1.2 mil Canadian.
Yeah, and he was in that match. If I'm him, I'm going to Don Callis and go, hey, those guys screwed us over. I was in the match. I want at least half of that.
Yeah.
Half of that is mine. If not all of it, because fuck them, they left.
Yeah. Oh, well. That's neither here nor there, but we do get Stokely backstage with breaking news talking about the Bang Bang Gang getting handsy with FTR the last couple weeks on Collision. But you know what? He was talking about, the world's most dangerous narcotic, it isn't on the streets. It's the camera. People get addicted to it. Everybody believes that they're great and they get addicted to it. Everybody thinks they deserve a title shot and to become champions and they get addicted to it. And next week it is the Bang Bang Gang versus FTR for the World Tag Team Championships on Dynamite. And when FTR wins, they're going to cure the Bang Bang Gang of their addiction. And when they walk through customs, they won't have to declare the titles, but they'll have to declare that they're at the back of the line. Top guys out. So yeah. Bang Bang Gang. So it's going to be Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson going against FTR for the World Tag titles after a few weeks on Collision of this jawjacking. I don't think the titles are changing hands, but I think it'll be a good showing.
Should be. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, they're clearly keeping the Bang Bang Gang together, but they got guys that are out. So I think, them getting a tag title shot is a good deal. I think Juice Robinson is incredible. And Austin Gunn is pretty damn good too. So
they've become quite sad.
Yeah.
I would say at first we all thought they're just Billy's kids, but no, they actually put in the work to get better at this thing we call wrestling.
100%.
Austin Gunn has definitely improved leaps and bounds from when they first had those tag titles a few years ago. So really kudos to them. But
I mean, hose me down, Jose.
Yeah.
My fucking God, this match.
If I could just out to Leslie Jordan, may he rest in peace.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Oh my God. Like, let me tell you, I think I did a few times.
I was screaming.
This was incredible.
This
was incredible.
To say this might be my AEW match of the year.
I mean, listen, I
will say on the men's side, this is my match of the year.
Listen, yeah, I mean, I would have to go, it is, what do they call it? What is the, when it's like new, there's a term.
Recency bias?
Recency bias.
Yeah.
But even so, holy shit, man. Had to be the best match on Dynamite, a male match on Dynamite this year.
It's
at least.
No stipulation. Well, I mean, I guess
no people around, just one-on-one. This was as good as it gets. And Speedball, man. I was
so fucking worried about Speedball Mike Bailey going into this with no points against the protostar Kyle Fletcher. For only the second time in their whole careers. First time in 7 years? Or as Excalibur said on commentary, 6-7 years? So.
Oh God. Oh, can I just say they started doing this? This has nothing to do with this match, but we're going to talk about. I really enjoy that they have Renee around ringside doing the stuff from ringside.
Yeah, why don't we get Renee Paquette as a sideline analyst more often?
That's the vibe I get. It's like sideline sports reporter type vibe when they do that.
You know how,
and I think it works.
NFL, they always have Tracy on the sidelines. When you have fucking Romo and the booth. Yeah.
I really enjoy that because they did it last week during the main event with Moxley, and she was out there talking when he was kind of walking around, or she was like in the crowd, I even think last week. But like this week, a couple times during both the CC matches, she was doing analysis.
Yeah.
As at rings. I thought that was a really nice touch. They should keep doing that. I thought that was kind of different and innovate. I liked it a lot. But anyway, that was just a side note because I knew that she did it before this match. So I was like, that was really good.
I feel like anytime there's any sort of big match, we should have Renee like that, where she's basically just sitting in between both teams' benches and just waiting for fisticuffs to ensue. It's great. Also, a total heel considering that she single-handedly ended Hey EW, but that is neither here
I
nor
know. What the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell?
No.
People are blaming the Rizzler.
there. No, I blame Chelsea Green because she still never paid back RJ City those $10.
That might be it. That might be it. It's a
Yeah.
shame that show's ending, but
Yeah. But
this match was I don't know where you want to start. There's so much shit that happened in this match, but
I mean, I just have like just the big spots in here. So I mean, we have like a couple big hurricane runs from Mike Bailey. Then you get Kyle Fletcher catching a crossbody. He does this backbreaker, and then he turns it into like a full Nelson Uranagi, and it was just. Whoo! And then you get dumped to the outside, and then Bailey hits a springboard corkscrew moonsault, and then right before the break, you get Kyle Fletcher getting him up on the barricade with a massive, massive, massive body slam where you could see the bruising on Bailey's back.
so bad, dude.
That might be one of the hardest bumps of the year.
Yeah, it was wild. That was wild. And then they go right to commercial, and the crowd's chanting like, "Holy shit!" The crowd was like, "Oh man!"
Oh, and then I had the picture, so I got to see the Poison Rana on the floor.
Yep, I saw that as well.
And then it became like a game of one-upsmanship because you had all these different fucking counters for everything. You get, oh god, I mean, at some point you have Speedball Mike Bailey hitting his time adventure, that big spinning heel kick that he did for a 2 count, which shocked me because I don't think I've seen anybody kick out of it yet.
Nope.
And then what really got me up out of my seat was Speedball goes for the Ultimate Weapon. He connects with it. And Kyle Fletcher kicks out of Ultimate Weapon, which I don't think has ever happened before.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that kicks out, and that's like, okay, great. And then he hits all this stuff. He kicks out of Ultimate Weapon, and then they go to the floor.
And it looks like Speedball's going to try to hit Ultimate Weapon on the floor.
Yes.
Fletcher rolls out of the way, so it's just knees on the floor. He gets Speedball back in the ring.
He gives him an apron powerbomb.
Yeah. Powerbomb on the apron. Then he gets him into the corner, hits the huge kick, brain buster, and then Bailey kicks out.
Because it was one of those things where it was like, oh, Speedball is going to do this, and Kyle kicks out, and then they do that sequence, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right, Kyle's going to win.
Massive power bomb. Then Speedball kicks out of that. We get down to 1 minute left. And then Speedball, by hook or by crook, he hits like this insane, like straight jacket sunset flip. And then he cradles his legs over the top of Kyle Fletcher's legs with 1 minute left to get a do or die victory in the C2.
Incredible.
Oh.
Incredible.
I need a second. I don't even smoke.
I thought Fletcher was going to run the table, first of all. I thought he was beating everybody.
I thought he was going to run the table too, which made me pissed that Speedball was going to be out week 3.
Yeah. But this was, and I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Speedball's next match is going to be against Kevin Knight.
I think,
and
so too.
They both have 3 points, and whoever loses that match is probably on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a pretty intriguing match with the tag team partners, basically for their CC life fight going against each other.
Or here, a real possibility. Neither one of them gets the pin, and they both have to.
You think they draw? Yeah, they do a draw,
and that eliminates them.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Or
yeah.
Actually,
No.
No. It could come down to 1 point.
It could, because they both have 3 now, right?
And then another person gets a win after a tie. That give them 7.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad Speedball got the win.
He needed that so damn.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
God,
and
he needed that.
I think Kyle already having 6 doesn't. I mean, obviously you lose 3 points, it hurts you, but it doesn't hurt him because he's still atop the standings because he already had 6. He had that little lead over everybody else. So I think it's a way to get Speedball on the board. Kind of a shocking victory at the way it all went down too, because it looked like Kyle was just gonna. All right, yeah, he withstood all the best of Speedball, and he was still gonna get that 9 points, and it was gonna be like, damn, he's in the driver's seat in the Gold League, but. Really, really good. In this tournament so far has had really great matches, but I think this is the best of the bunch so far. I think this is the best of the bunch.
And
this was incredible.
It's just the Gold League has just been so stacked.
Yeah.
That it kind of became like, oh, we got to keep our eye on this. There's a reason why they're showing mostly the Gold League on Dynamite and they're relegating the Blue League to Collision, which no shade. It's obviously want to get people to watch Collision.
Yeah.
They just don't, which I mean, it's so
Saturday
hard when
nights
you
are tough. Saturday
When
nights
you
are
have
tough.
6 days a week of wrestling, and sometimes
Yeah.
you add in a Sunday,
Yeah.
at some point you need to disassociate from it.
Yeah. And Saturday nights are besides pay-per-views, Saturday nights are historically a tough night for any TV, let alone pro wrestling. And then,
Yeah.
like, I understand they're in a different, but like, they don't want to go up against John Cena's last match this Saturday, which makes sense. So it's at 4:30 in the afternoon this week.
Well, it's not even that. Them being in the UK, if
Yeah.
they didn't do it live, they would have had spoilers, and then nobody really would have watched it.
Yeah. So it's like, Collision sometimes is the show that gets moved to a different time, a different night, a different it is what it is. It's, Collision has been a really, really good show for like a year now. Like they've got it back on track to where it's like,
Yeah, they did.
It's really if you love AEW and you like it, like you should be watching Collision. It's a quality show. And it has been for a while now. And the CC's still on there. Takeshita and Moxley had it's quality TV. It's just like Saturday. I don't watch it live almost ever. Even if I'm not doing anything on Saturday night, I don't watch it live. I usually catch up at some point before Dynamite, usually some Sunday morning. I do it Sunday morning, probably before football.
I can count on one hand in the last year how many times I've watched Collision as it aired. Which isn't a shade to Collision.
And that's not because I don't like Collision. It's just it's a Saturday night. I got stuff that
happens.
And we're in holiday. It's holiday time now too. There's shit going on. I work in retail, which is a whole different thing in the shoot job life. This time of year is death for retail environments and service workers. And so take care of them, tip them, do your things, treat them right, because this is the time of the year where we're barely alive. But so it is what it is. But this Gold League. I mean, when you got Okada, Fletcher, Speedball, Kevin Knight, Claudio, and now you have Jungle Boy. Yeah. That's loaded, man.
Oh wait, no, Claudio's in the blue.
Yeah, Claudio's blue.
Oh, never mind.
No. So it's
Dorada. Wait,
Dorada. No, that's blue
Dorada,
as well.
Dorada's blue. No, we'll figure this out. It is Jack Perry, Okada.
Yeah.
You have is Pac
Speedball?
In the gold?
Yeah, Pac.
Pac's in the gold, Speedball, Kevin Knight, and then obviously Okada.
Yeah. That's loaded, man.
Yeah.
And even when it was Darby and not Jungle Boy, either way, that is a loaded. And not saying the Blue League isn't, because that's a great group over there too. But the quality of in-ring performers in this Gold League, I mean, come on now. You're getting matches like Okada and Pac, and Fletcher and Okada, and Fletcher and Speedball, and Kevin Knight and Darby.
But then you're also going to look at the other side. You're going to get fucking Takeshita versus Claudio.
Yeah.
The IWGP World Champion versus the CMLL World Champion.
Yeah. And we just got Takeshita and Mox, which was really good. Very good. Mm-hmm. Like we already got Mox and Claudio, this is a stacked tournament and both sides of it, but that Gold League from a quality of in-ring is just next level, man. We're going to get Fletcher and Pac, and it's going to be stupid.
We're going to get Jet Speed one-on-one.
Yeah, and Speedball and Kevin Knight when they go against each other, which is their next match.
Speedball's going to probably bookend it with Okada in a rematch from Double or Nothing.
Correct. Like, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy work. We still got Kevin Knight and Pac out there. Like, okay. We still got Kevin Knight and Okada.
And then you have Jack Perry, the X Factor, having all these matches with everybody, but Kevin Knight is still going to have good matches. Like, come on.
Yeah. Kevin Knight and Okada, man.
Yeah.
Please.
All right. We've been on this one too long. Just know that this was the match of the night, guys.
Without question. Without question.
Yeah, we do get Hangman backstage with Renee Paquette, and then, I mean, he did kind of linger on it afterwards, too, but he did mention, regardless of who wins the World Championship match later tonight, he is awaiting them at World's End, so it's looking like we now know what the actual match is probably going to be, but it's looking like another rematch on pay-per-view.
Do you think someone maybe cashes in something to make that a triple threat, maybe?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think that's going to happen until next year.
Huh. All right. I thought I saw a report that said he was going to be factored into World's End plans.
I believe it when I see it, but
yeah,
we got, 2 weeks left? So if he shows up in the UK...
Because he needs to do it, 7 days in advance, right?
Yeah. So.
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see if he either shows up. If not there, then Hammerstein.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would make sense.
Or
Hammerstein would make
might
sense.
be, wait, no.
Is that
that's
after
the-
World's End? No,
It's before World's End, but it's less than 6 days though.
in less than 6. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to figure it out.
I don't know.
Oh.
It's just fucking confusing with the AEW
Yeah.
calendar. But we do also come back before the world title match. It is official: the Elite versus the Don Callis family for $1 million. At first, the Bucks are trying to not coerce, but they're trying to recruit Luchasaurus to be their third. And Luchasaurus is a man of few words. He just says nope. He points to Kenny Omega's dressing room, and Kenny just says, "You know, it ain't about the money. I'd do it for free."
Mm-hmm.
So the Elite in full strength against 3 random members of the Don Callis family that are probably not in the Continental Classic. It's going to be good to see the Elite. I want well,
it's gonna be Josh Alexander for sure, right? Because he teamed with the Bucks, so you would think he's one of them.
It doesn't have to be. But
Yeah.
here's my thing for the Elite. What theme are we getting? Are we getting Carry On My Wayward Son?
I would hope.
Yeah.
That seems to be the only way they should do it. And then it will be, if they're not, I agree with you, it probably won't be anybody in the CC. So I would go what? Josh Alexander, Hechicero, and
I
whatever.
feel like you definitely do Hechicero. I think you might do Lance Archer.
Lance Archer, maybe. Or you could throw in, because they're not going to do Trent or Rocky because they're kind of a team together. So they
But you
won't do
could a
that.
clone.
You could do a clone. But I think Josh Alexander, because he teamed with the Bucks for the original money, I feel like that makes sense. And then Hechicero just seems like an easy shoe-in for that. And then you just kind of find your other third guy and kind of go from there, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But it'll be fun. And dude, the lights go out and Carry On My Wayward Son hits in England.
Yeah.
Come on. That place is going to go fucking nuts.
But we do have our main event of the evening for the Men's World Championship. It is Samoa Joe, also 1/3 of the Trios champions, defending against Eddie Kingston. I thought was a pretty good match to close out the show.
I thought so too.
Clearly, you're not going to get a repeat of Speedball versus Kyle Fletcher, but for what it was, the 2 big men had a good match.
I agree. It was the type of match I expected them to have. It was, it went a little bit longer actually than I expected it to go.
It went a little longer. They started a little bit later. I don't know if you caught this, but did you see like the little rib that Samoa Joe did to John Cena?
No.
So when it was towards the end of the match, he has Eddie up for a fireman's carry. He doesn't really do like a full Death Valley driver, but he's going for the STF and he's trying to lock it in, and then he does a salute. That's where Eddie tries to get out of the STF.
Oh, all right. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was nice of Joe.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice of Joe.
Yeah.
I thought that.
Joe.
Yeah, one of the best.
Yeah.
I thought this was really good, hard hitting, kind of back and forth with each other. Eddie got close. A few times, man, and
that exploder suplex was gnarly.
Oh, unbelievable. But Eddie gave Joe a run for his money. He had Joe on the brink there, and I thought there was one time, towards the end of the match where I was like, oh, maybe they'll do something nutty and have Eddie win it, but I didn't really think he would, and it kind of went the way it would. He did tap out, but really to the end, he was about to pass out, and he just kind of, they just did it. But I thought like getting Hook out of there early was nice, kind of keeping it 1-on-1 with no bullshit.
Yeah, they have
them kicking Hook out and just letting these 2 guys go. Thought it was a great showing for Eddie. I'd like to see Eddie win a world title match at some point, hopefully.
You know what? I'll pose the question. Who's going to win the world title first? Eddie Kingston or Darby Allin?
If you're asking me, I would want it to be Eddie.
I mean,
But-
health-wise,
Health-wise, I think, Eddie would be the most likely because Darby, just the way he wrestles, I assume he's just going to frequently be injured.
Well, it's not even just that. It's just the way that they booked Darby since he came back.
Psycho.
No one knows what the hell they're doing. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even
It's
have to be a
psycho
Darby
shit.
Allin fan to realize, like, okay, like, whatever momentum they were trying to build, stretching out the Death Riders bullshit this long, has been for naught.
Yeah. It seemed like Darby's story. And then it was just kind of, it's very bizarre. It's very bizarre. But I know he just came back not too long ago, but, especially if it's head stuff, get healthy,
get
the rest,
fully healthy.
the rest is probably good for him because I don't think he probably came back still climb Mount Everest for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I don't think he was going to come back at 100%, and then to go into the matches that he was having.
Yeah.
I
And
mean, you
doing
have
the
a fucking
spots, getting
casket
thrown
match,
off.
You have a
Yeah.
quit match. I mean, these are not low impact stuff. And then you also have
No.
him, like diving off of ballrooms, like balconies.
Yeah.
Like,
And then he does blood and guts and he's getting power slammed off the fucking entrance through flaming tables and shit. Like, obviously, you're not going to be able to do a lot if it's a head injury. So, like, rest. Obviously, you need to get healthy and make sure your head is good, but like, let the rest of your body rest, take a breather. And then, like, when he comes back, he's still going to be one of the most over guys in the company.
Yeah.
That's not going to change. So, but he needs to get healthy and he needs to take the time away. I think it might actually be good for him because he has come back and it's been kind of like just car crash after car crash after car crash after car. It's like, okay, the CC I thought was going to be a nice break from him not having car crash matches. And just,
then
all right.
The thing that ends up being the car crash is a coast to coast drop kick.
Yeah. Which is obviously an accident and, it is what it is. But like, you would think the CC would be a way for him to regularly still be on the show having matches, but almost even though he's wrestling, kind of resting his body because they're not matches where he's going to be having to do crazy ass shit.
But it's also just a cruel sense of irony that he's going to go through all these different stipulation matches, do all these different high spots, and then just I don't want to say it's mundane because the coast to coast isn't mundane, but just a drop kick from the corner where you're in a tree of woe, like that is the thing that takes you over the edges.
Yeah, it's crazy.
People take it for granted. Like sometimes it's the stuff that doesn't look like it's dangerous that will fuck you up.
100%. 100%. But I like the main event. It wasn't going to live up to listen.
Yeah.
Fletcher and Speedball, the women, I think honestly, if you had to pick, it was probably the weakest match on the show. But like that doesn't mean it was still a good to great match.
It was a weaker match compared to excellent matches. It doesn't make
literally
it a bad match.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought it was really, really good. I thought, you could feel the energy leave the crowd when Eddie lost. I think the crowd was very like, come on, Eddie, let's go. But yeah, and it looks like we're going to get Samoa Joe and Hangman again for the third pay-per-view in a row. So
at this rate, I don't know who the hell's going to walk out the title because that doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah. So you think Hangman wins it back and then MJF shows up at the end of the show like, hey, I'm coming? Because MJF him and Hangman have been the story.
Yeah.
And then they took the belt off of Hangman, which was kind of like, oh, okay. So do we put it back? Does he win it back? And then MJF maybe shows up and goes, hey, remember me? 7 days or on Dynamite or whatever. I don't know.
Now, here's my thing. I think eventually you are probably going to, have Hangman go one-on-one with Swerve one more time for the title. So now I'm assuming the Hangman's going to win the title at World End because,
I think that's what they would do.
I think that's the sure thing. And I think regardless of whatever the next event is, I think eventually you do have Hangman versus Swerve one-on-one. It doesn't have to be a fucking blood feud anymore. It doesn't even have to be them like going back to loathing each other.
No.
It's just one more time for the sake of really seeing who the better champion is because now they've beaten each other to the brink of death and back.
Mm-hmm.
How do you make it different? You show them how much you've evolved since. Mm-hmm. And after that, Hangman can walk away the better man, and that's when you get MJF back.
I'm all right with that. Either way you want to do it. I just feel like when MJF comes back and when MJF cashes that in, it has to be against Hangman. Yeah. That's what they've set up.
Now, he doesn't have to win.
No.
But
it feels like it should be against Hangman because that's the whole thing they've set up with all the backstage interviews we saw with them too. And then, they had the feud earlier this year. Like they've set this up to be MJF probably beating Hangman to get that title back when he gets it back, right? Like that's where they've been leading us. Well, now rumor is that MJF is right around the corner. He's going to be coming back here, but Hangman's not even the champ. So
yeah,
you got, and does MJF have history with Samoa Joe? Sure.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that's no. They're not
Especially
doing
if we
that.
want MJF to come back as a heel.
Yeah, as like the monster heel, which
Yeah.
Joe right now is a monster heel. That you're not doing that. So the belt needs to get back to Hangman. Okay, like I don't know what other route they could possibly go
The only,
without Hangman winning this back at World's End.
quite literally, the only way I could see it not happening, like I think Heyman's still going to win at World's End, but he might hold off on MJF using his casino gauntlet until probably Revolution, because they're going to do it in LA again. Maybe that could be where him and Hangman have a Hollywood ending of their own.
Yeah, could. You could do it that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, I think we'll be seeing Max sooner than later.
Yeah, I mean, with all the movies he's been making, it would make sense for him to want to do the big one in the City of Angels. So
that is true. That is true as well.
But all in all, winter is coming. First half was pretty fucking stellar. Can't complain.
Sure was.
Looking forward to seeing how it's going to play out on Saturday with part 2 on Collision.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday is just a busy day for wrestling. I mean,
sure is.
Right now, just the end of the year in general is very busy to begin with. But I mean, until then, I mean, you guys know that Bodyslam has you covered pretty much everywhere and anywhere. On the socials, BodyslamNet. On Patreon, it is Bodyslam PWN. For $5, you're getting all the best scoops in the business. JPJ, what do you got going on in your neck of the woods?
Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. We got Wheezy. We got It's Wheezy Blonde joining Pluggo and I to talk John Cena, some Saturday night's main event. We will talk a little bit of AEW as well. I believe she was live doing a show tonight for Winter is Coming. So we'll talk a little bit about it. It's really, listen, this is an AEW show. You and I watch both. Yeah. And I think you and I are more pro AEW than we are WWE. However, it's John Cena's last match on Saturday. And that's,
I will be watching that.
Yeah. So, like, I'm going to be watching it. John, this is a week where I do feel like, and look, I spent most of my wrestling fandom being on the John Cena sucks side of things, even though he's a hometown boy for me. But,
Well, I'll put it to you this way. When I first started watching wrestling, it was in 2005. That summer when he was still in his peak Chain Gang Soldier WWE champion. So I've only ever known wrestling with John Cena.
And a lot of people, that is the case.
Yeah.
That is the case. And it's not every day that somebody has a career like that guy. And we saw it even tonight with, I didn't even see it, but you mentioning that Samoa Joe kind of did even a little salute, like, hey man, there's a lot of people in the business and there's a lot of people that do content like we do. And that a lot of people that are just regular fans of the business that they would not be if John Cena wasn't John Cena. You know what I mean? Like John Cena is a hero to many. And I think this is kind of his week. And the rest of that card, if I'm being honest, is looking fucking incredible. With Sol Ruca and Bailey. Sol Ruca and Bailey.
NXT until now.
I don't know. Sol Ruca and Bailey, first of all. And then I am so intrigued by Obafemi and Cody. Well,
AJ and Dragon Lee.
Yes. That from a sheer, that's going to be nuts. I am so intrigued by Obafemi versus Cody Rhodes that I did not. Yeah. It's just going to be a fun night. I'm sure it'll be emotional. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, she's joining us. We're going to talk about John Cena and his last match and all that fun stuff. And then you can find me on the Hive Media doing a bunch of stuff. I will be doing a watch along over there with Josh and our pals for Saturday night's main event and John Cena. I know you said you might be popping in for a little bit. So the Hive crew, it's kind of open to all of us. Me and Josh will probably be there for the duration. But we will have a watch along going on for Saturday night's main event over on the Hive Media. And then you can catch me here. We've had the last couple weeks off because it's holiday time. It's a little crazy, but Monday night we should be back again. Raw Dogs after Raw. And then obviously me and you, Wednesdays. We probably won't be here Christmas Eve. So you'll
I'm going to say the same thing, probably New Year's Eve. I think next week might actually be our last.
So I think, So I think we'll do DynaMic'd up next week, obviously, after the show. And then we'll probably take, because, it's New Year, it's Christmas Eve, followed by New Year's Eve. Those are hard nights to, So I will probably do that, and then we'll be back for the first Dynamite of the new year, would be my guess here. But we'll have that confirmed and good to go by next week. We'll tell you guys, but that's probably the plan moving forward. But, that's where you can find me. If you go to JPJ Loves Gaming, my pinned tweet, And my schedule comes out every Monday morning. You can kind of see where I'm at throughout the week.
Absolutely. And then with me, Jose on the air on all the socials. You'll probably see me pop up on Twitch. If not with the Hive this weekend, probably on my own. If not watching wrestling, then gaming. If you want to keep up with all my craziness in the literary world, Jose Can You Read on TikTok. Keep an eye on the Hive Substack later this month. You will catch my full review for season 1 of Heated Rivalry on HBO Max. So if that fancies you, by all means. Or if you also just want to see me crouch out on Sunday because it's the Patriots versus the Bills for the second time this season. One of us is going to be annoyed. I don't think we're going to be pissed, but we'll be annoyed.
I won't be. Well, it depends. Listen, if the Bills come in here, Josh Allen's been playing like a superhero for 2 weeks. So like if you guys come in here and you beat us, and it's a hard fought game, and you beat us 24-20, 20, I'm not upset at all, actually. Because
I wouldn't be upset with the Patriots. I'd be upset with the Bills.
Yeah. Like, so it's one of those. Now, listen, if you guys come in here and you beat us by 17, that's different. That's different. We would still have a lead in the division still, and we could still win it down the line. But we have a chance. You guys
would still win it out, even if we won.
If we beat you guys on Sunday, we clinch the division. That's it. Yeah. Boom. And then we're in the driver's seat for the number 1 seed and the bye. And it's just one of those years where, like, obviously the Patriots are good, but if you're asking me right now if I think, like, Josh Allen to me is still the best player in the AFC. It's the best individual player in the AFC. Would I be shocked if you guys can't? My problem is I don't like the guys he has to throw to.
The one good thing,
and I don't think he does
out
either.
Of this past week is that he remembered we have 3 really good tight ends.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm hoping we get to see more of that. Shakir, I don't know what the hell happened with him on that play where it looked like he was getting injured, but we have options that are just now getting added back into the playbook. Joe Brady, get with the fucking program. Utilize what you got.
This is the most
starting to show up. Christian Benford's been huge for us.
Yeah. I would say that this is probably, and I know we had a playoff game with Mac Jones against you guys. I would say that this is probably the most important and biggest Patriot game since Tom Brady has left.
And it's in Foxborough too. So really, like, a lot is riding on this. You guys clinching the division in your home stadium against not only the 5-time champs in the last years, but probably the biggest rival you guys have in the entire division.
Easily. I mean, I really only the Dolphins have been playing well, but like it's the Bill. Listen,
it's always been the Bills in the past at like I don't want to say the top of the AFCs, but like they've always been the 2 to watch in regards to just how things get heated. But
for sure. Yeah, no, this is the biggest match, the biggest game I can remember the Patriots having since 2018, 2019, for sure. And we'll see what happens. Look at it. It's our toughest matchup to date as well. So I know we beat you guys earlier, but you guys played like ass that game, and we had to win it by a field goal right at the end. I don't think you guys are going to play as bad as you did that game. So I think we're going to really have to be on point and take care of our business here.
For our sake, I hope not, because it was kind of looking like that when we were playing Cincinnati this past week, and then that Christian interception was
Joe Burrow's a fucking. What a stud
I feel so bad for Joe Burrow.
What a stud.
Sorry that we've already gone off the beaten path.
No, it's fine.
But Joe Burrow, for him being injured for half the season, to come back and play at the level that he is, knowing that he's out of anything postseason, it saddens me.
Stud.
And it's one of those office should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah. And truly. Absolutely. And it's like his 4th major injury in his first 6 years of playing. Like, it's not, they've done nothing to really protect him. They've given him great weapons and like a great offense and stuff like that, but nobody blocking for him. The defense is non-existent. They haven't done enough. When you got a special guy like that, I think Josh Allen
is going to look for options in the postseason.
I would think. I mean, Josh Allen to me is the best player in the AFC, but Joe Burrow is the closest guy to, when I watch him play, he's the closest guy to Brady that I've seen. He's the closest guy to that level of quarterback. Allen can throw. Allen's a great quarterback. Yeah, but the shit
Allen's
he does
also
with his
a jack of all trades. I feel like Joe Burrow, when you talk about a quarterback in the pocket making big plays like that, I think is one of, if not the best in the entire.
Like Josh Allen will be like, it'll be like 3rd and 4. And Josh Allen will start to take off, and you're like, oh, he's going to get the first down. And he turns it into a 45-yard run for a touchdown. Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, that's fucking stupid. Like, you're not supposed to be able to do that. And he's like 6'6", 250,
Yeah, if we're talking
and he
about
can
like
throw the
pecking
ball
order,
60 yards.
I would say as far as pecking order goes in the AFC, your top QBs, I would say right now Josh was 1. I'd say Joe Burrow 2, Lamar 3.
Oh,
and
no.
then
No.
You don't have
That
Lamar
is
3?
that is no way. Patrick Mahomes, I have 2. I'm sorry. Dude's won 3 Super Bowls. He's better than all those guys. How many do they all have? 0. He has 3.
And who
Sorry.
won MVP last year?
Okay. Would you rather have a Super Bowl trophy or an MVP trophy?
Yeah, I'm talking about surely quarterbacks. I'm talking about the rest of the team around him.
I agree with you that Josh Allen is number 1 this year, and he was number 1 last year. If you're asking me right now, you have 1 game
When
to
he's
win.
healthy, Joe Burrow is better than Patrick Mahomes. Does he have a team that's better than the rest of the Chiefs?
I think that is very discrediting of Patrick Mahomes. I am not one of those people that hates on the Chiefs or hates on Patrick Mahomes. I actually respect what they do because my team, again, and oh, by the way, when they don't make the playoffs this year, enough with the comparisons. Not even fucking close to the Patriots or Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, and these Chiefs. Because you know how many times Tom Brady missed the playoffs? 0. So, you know how many times Tom Brady took a – did you know one of the crazy stats? Tom Brady never took a snap in his career where he was mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Not one snap where he was mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Think about that. So I agree with you. Josh Allen is 1. I'm not picking – look, if you told me right now, you have 1 game to win. Who do you want? I'm picking Patrick Mahomes over everybody, and I'm probably not even thinking twice about it. Dude's an animal. He also, like Josh Allen, has nobody to throw to. Did you watch that game against Houston? Did you watch Travis Kelce? Did you watch Travis Kelce and his receivers fucking give up? He's out there by himself, dude.
Oh, and it wasn't even just Kelce that gave up on him, too. Lest we forget.
Rasheed Rice
doinking the shit out of that goalpost.
Yeah, like to me, that's why, like, again, Allen doesn't, none of those guys have a Super Bowl and Mahomes has 3 and he's been to 5. Crazy. But like, I'll give you Allen because Allen clearly, I think, is the best player. He can just do things at a level.
Solitary just player. I'm not talking about franchises.
Yeah, and that's fine. But yeah. I can't. Burrow's right. Burrow would be 3 and Lamar would be 4.
Of who you have to throw to, in the grand scheme of things, if the rest of the teams be damned, if the teams were fucking spot on,
I have a question
as far
for
as
you.
QB ratings go. Go ahead.
Where you putting my boy? Because I'd make an argument that if we're talking right now this year, I'd put Drake May over Lamar.
Yeah, I'd probably put Drake May like 4 or 5, and then
can't be worse than 5. He has to be the one right after
4,
that. Though
I would say.
Stafford though as well. Matt Stafford's fucking insane.
Yeah.
But I think when you,
but also the AFC is also just always
they're all in the
better
AFC.
than the NFC.
They're all in the AFC.
Yeah,
they're all in the AFC. The NFC has Stafford, and then who else are you scared of in the NFC? If you're in a play, and I know all these teams aren't going to make it, but if you're in a playoff game,
Goff,
and Josh Allen's coming to town, you're nervous. If Patrick Mahomes is coming to town, you're nervous. Joe Burrow, you're nervous. Lamar in the playoffs, he doesn't win. But you'd still be nervous about the player.
Goff, not as much this year.
No, besides Matt Stafford, I don't think Jordan Love's good, but he's not great. Yeah. Caleb Williams has been playing well, but I don't think he's that great. Goff, you just mentioned, he's good, but not like Stafford's the only guy.
And Drake May are 2 sides of the same coin, just opposite conferences. They're having these bigger years than they've had before. Obviously, Drake May being a rookie, no shit. But
I mean, I think
about what they're going to do next year, and that's going to be where we really see what they're made of.
Yeah, I think so. I think Drake May, when it comes to like actually playing quarter, I think he's he's having one of the most historic seasons of a quarterback ever. Yeah. He's if he continues at this pace, when the season is over, he will be the best down. This will be the best downfield throwing season of a quarterback of all time.
Yeah,
he's the best like deep ball year ever. Like he's insane. He's insane. And I expected him to take the leap from last year to this year.
He's a rocket launcher.
But he went he's the favorite for the MVP. Like he like fucking,
and it was he deserves it.
Absolutely.
You ain't
And
getting
if he
none on
win,
me on that one.
and if he wins on Sunday and he outplays Allen again, which will be hard to do,
It's probably going to be his, like, that's going to be what clinches
I
it.
think that would be he will win the MVP.
Yeah.
Which is fucking nuts.
Okay,
But
we've
anyway.
gone on way too long with this football rambling. Long story short, we'll be back here next week, Wednesday, for more AEW Dynamite stuff. Likely the last one of the year. Keep up with us on the socials. Keep up with us wherever the hell else we decide to go live, because you never know where we're going to pop up. But stay tuned, and we will see you guys next week. So everybody have a good night. If you're celebrating any holidays coming up, happy holidays. We will see you then.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.